3. It was so amazing, like, you know, moving to Korea and then meeting up with Moon, just comparing a few of the old stories that we had. He's married now, has a kid, and it's crazy. It's like really cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's old now as well, 26, 27. He's, you know, he's grown up, but still plays Warcraft, still very, very good. And after a kind of a shaky day one, looked pretty tight yesterday. So Elfmere has always been one of his strengths. We'll see what he can get done here. But the Chinese players have looked really, really good in this tournament as well.
Oh man, Chinese players in Warcraft, they are just simply amazing. Last year already, it was a blast to see people like Ted play. It was amazing to see Sky, for example. I mean, it was so great. And also the match that we saw last year between Sky and Moon, it was epic, especially the ceremony that we have afterwards with Sky like really highlighting Moon as one of the top contenders. They always had this rivalry going on. And now, unfortunately, we do not see Sky at this tournament, but Moon is here, and it's going to be such a great game.
Yeah, so we are going to start off. The first map's actually Terenas stand in this best of 3. We saw Moon play on this map yesterday against a different Chinese player. He beat Shishi, I believe. And he actually went bottom first, which was really sweet.
Yeah, we had a couple of really good games on this map. Didn't we also see Lucifer play the game where he was up against the Warden that hit level 6 and then later on 7? It was just crazy. I mean, I'm a player myself. You go up against a level 7 Warden, you know something is going down really wrong.
Yeah, we've had a couple of level 6 Wardens actually, which has been absolutely insane. In fact, one player, the Chinese player Shishi, actually beat Lucifer, I think, by managing to hit 6 during a crucial fight and just went absolutely insane from there.
There we have Kim. She just came over with me. It's, of course, for WCS in StarCraft and also in Warcraft. Kim, fan from Blizzard, doing a lot of work for the esports scene, and she's been around for like a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, so is Warcraft, so hopefully we'll get some sweet games here as well. Remember, it's the semi-final, so it is going to be a best of 3 here between these two elves. And Elf Miracaldo kind of always degenerates into the same thing. We're probably going to see Demon Hunters, though we could mix it up, and then almost always we're going into some sort of tech with the Ancient of Laws.
Yeah, do you remember back in the days when we actually had just Ancient of Wars battling against each other for like half an hour or like an hour at least? He was just like, oh my god. Finally down to half HP, just eating a couple of trees, back to full health, and the whole thing started again. Behind them, all the ballistas and glaive throwers. It was like crazy. Oh man, this game
is awesome.
So many memories and so many patches that just changed everything. And the Chinese fans, just look at this crowd. It's incredible. They still love this game, and it's just awesome to be here.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, we've been talking about it most of the week, but everywhere Moon goes, there are just Chinese fans following him everywhere. He's so popular here in China. And yeah, the crowd, as you can see there on your screen, absolutely massive here in Kunshan, and it's been fantastic. Just a reception. These players still love this game so much, and so do we. It's been a blast to cast Warcraft again.
Yeah, we had like last year for Sky even some personal bodyguards that had to follow him because there were just so many fans going up to him, and it got scary at some point. So they are like big superstars here, and you can see signs for Moon everywhere in the audience. People just standing in the back. It's just crazy how many people actually fit into this hall.
Yeah.
Moon, it's going to be amazing to see him again here on the big stage.
Yeah, and we'll see if he can keep continuing his level of play. Again, looked a little rusty coming in, but looks fine now. Made it to the semi-final. Going to be a pretty hard road to win here. On the other side of the semi-final, Focus, actually, the Korean Orc player, up against Thu, the human Chinese player, who looks absolutely terrifying in this event.
Yeah, that's also going to be such a great game. I mean, I just love it. And with Moon, the problem that we really have against him, as you already said, sometimes he starts off a little bit slow, but he's one of those players that gains a lot of momentum when he comes into a tournament. There were tournaments back in the days where he actually like injured his hand. He broke his hand at a tournament and played with a broken hand for the rest of it and won it.
Wow.
And this is just like insane. Like, it was his mouse hand of all things, so just looking at it like, dude, how did he do that? And here, of course, we have EleGaNt. This is the man that he has to beat. China is rooting for him, or I'm not quite sure if all of China is actually rooting for him. Looking into the crowd here, I see a lot of Moon signs and not a lot of people cheering for EleGaNt.
Yeah, I mean, the Chinese players are very popular here in China, but Moon is one of those foreigners that's just so popular, even here in China. You can see there are all the signs out in the crowd.
They basically adopted him.
Yeah, I mean, him and Grubby as well. I mean, Warcraft's been around for so long in this country as well.
It was actually the first question that people asked me when I said that I would probably be casting Warcraft 3 at WCG as well. It's like, oh, is Grubby playing too? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think he's like focusing on StarCraft 2 now.
Yeah, but there's Moon on your screen. The 5th race is known.
The 5th race, the alien.
Yep, I mean, he does play Nana, but he makes it look so good whenever he plays it. And this map in particular, the first one, Terenas Den, has so many sweet options for Elf, so Mira is always really interesting, so curious to see how they start things off. Maybe Moon will do something creative again, like he did yesterday.
Moon always has a couple of crazy strategies up his sleeve, and it's just a pleasure to watch his games, and he has been around with WCG just for so long. Warcraft in general, even back in 2008, the final that we had him up against Grubby, one of the first times where a foreigner was able to beat a Korean, and and it was crazy. Korean commentators were heartbroken when Robbie actually took the fights. So Moon, he's like one of the most experienced player in esports.
Yeah, he said he's married, he's got a kid, he's a little older now, but still playing pretty great Warcraft. It looks good. It looks like we might be getting into the game pretty quickly here, and there's a very nice sign there. I mean, again, the fans here in China are just amazing. Yeah,
the 5th race, and we even have a sign for that. He's an amazing player, has been around for so long. And let's see what he can do here. Terenas, as you already mentioned, is going to be our first map today. And this is one of those aggressive maps that you have. In the early game, maybe a little bit creeping, but then it's usually all down to business. The trophy again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 1 in the best of 3 at the semifinals at the WCG2013 in Kunshan, China. My name is Calador, and I'm here with Pastry Time, and we are having the pleasure of casting the first game between EleGaNt and Moon.
Yep, so we are going to kick things off. It looks like pretty standard stuff from both players. I think EleGaNt went down, put an action ball near the Goblin Laboratory. He'll be creeping that out first. And Moon, not quite sure his action ball position, a little more defensively, but it looks like he's going to be creeping up pretty early as well. And as always in Warcraft, the first hero that we see is going to determine so much here.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And the Ancient of War creeping is, of course, exactly what you want. If you're a little bit newer to the scene and you haven't seen that much Warcraft 3, what you usually try to do is just tank the damage with the Ancient of War, get a couple of hits in with him as well, and then finish off with the creeps, with the units, so that you actually get the experience. So Night Elf versus Night Elf, usually up to this point, then starting to be really aggressive. And as already mentioned, the first heroes are usually what determines the game quite a bit.
Yeah, one of the nice things about this map in particular is that Elf has such a strong multitasking race, has so many different options, so you can actually expand quite easily on this map, which isn't true of a lot of maps in Warcraft. Unlike StarCraft, there's not that much fast expansion, unless you're human, of course, and there's only one human player. We haven't seen him yet today. So we'll see what they want to go for. There's potential for an early expand, but it's very, very risky with how strong heroes are. So the early decisions the players make here are going to be really, really important, but right now they're going for the exact same builds.
Yep, in terms of expansion, there's definitely a huge difference between StarCraft and Warcraft, what we have here. But just in general, you have a couple of other elements also in a Warcraft game where you just see the population coming into place, that the income from the gold mine is going to be affected by how many units you actually have on the map. So a lot of players are just waiting on 50 pop for a long time so that they don't have any upkeep. Wisps, of course, used for the scout here, and that is also going to determine quite a lot, that you know what's coming, that you know where your opponent is, try to, of course, harass him. And here, exactly what you mentioned earlier, the Ancient of War creeping happening, and immediately also the archers here being used.
Yeah, really smart from EleGaNt, actually. He made sure to get the lightning shield on his archer that helps him creep a little bit faster, and you can just start this camp here before your hero comes out, and now, of course, the Demon Hunter's well and truly in time to make sure this gets crept out. So very standard here. What you do after this, because you almost always have a standard camp to do, is going to be interesting, because you either have two options, really. You can harass, or you can try and get level 3.
Yeah, and of course the items are going to be very important for both players. The Tomb of Agility here already really important. The Demon Hunter of EleGaNt gets immediately also the Gloves of Haste off, which is quite good for him, but we have Claws actually here for Moon.
That's a nice drop.
Yeah, that's really going to help him, but it's also the moment in the game when you really wish that you were Orc and had a Blade Master at your hand.
Yeah, I mean, Gloves of Haste in there as well for EleGaNt's Demon Hunter. He actually got, unfortunately, the Invisibility Cloak as well, which is kind of awkward because, oh no, it's a Mantle, never mind.
Yeah. Mantle of Intelligence is definitely going to be a little bit better for him, but here we have for EleGaNt, as you already pointed out, the Cloak of Shadows, and that's really going to be one of those items that's a bit awkward when you're a Night Elf.
Yes.
You don't really need that.
No, you kind of have that one already. But
that's money right there.
Yeah, Mantle's actually not bad, because mana burning is a big thing in DH mirror matchups, so having some extra mana is really, really useful.
Yeah, and of course we also have the tech started. So fast techs are a lot more common in Warcraft 3 than they are in StarCraft, if you're following the scene. And just a little bit of action in the game already. We have the Demon Hunter for EleGaNt actually going down and retreating here immediately. Didn't really have the support with all those archers.
Yeah, just moving in there. Moon, nice harass. Used his mana burn nice and early as well. And we are going to see Tech up here as well. Very likely to be one base player for quite a while. Again, both players are really looking to get to tier 3 and get those Ancient of Law units out, get the Bears and get the Dryads.
Yeah, and we have actually Moon going here for immediate start to creep at the gold mine, and that is really ballsy because we have EleGaNt just sticking around and trying to make sure that the creep is not going to go down here, or that at least he gets the last kill in. So Moon trying to get his hero up, and at the same time EleGaNt being the more aggressive player here. The Ancient of War at the front is tanking all the damage. Mana Burn's going off, and we have the Wisp repairing the Ancient of War as well. Moon so far really securing this kill.
Yeah, really nice defense there from Moon, actually. Just making sure to get this camp. Getting creep decked is really, really awkward in Warcraft. He wants to protect his units. Level 3, that was actually really nice as well. And there's a mana burn, so the EleGaNt's DH not going to do a whole lot here, and Moon should be able to finish his camp safely. He just needs to micro properly. Nice Shadow Meld.
Yeah, Shadow Meld really well used here to save the Archer. And at the same time, the Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble here for EleGaNt. He needs to be careful with that. Doesn't want to use any kind of town portals just yet. The Renegade Wizard is still up. Here comes the expansion from Moon, and the item is going to be an Aura. Gets the Lion Horn of Stormwind, and once again, Demon Hunter's moving in, and EleGaNt has to be really careful. Aiding another shot of the Archer, running away immediately. A Mana Burn cannot finish off this. He goes down. He does use the town portal, and EleGaNt loses his first hero.
That's a crucial micro mistake there from EleGaNt not to hit his town portal scroll, and that's going to cost him a lot here. Moon secures his expansion now. Killing an enemy hero is so important because it gives you so much experience.
Exactly, the experience that we have now for Moon. There was a massive lead in the game already, and you could really see that EleGaNt thought he could get away, but then that last hit goes in, EleGaNt's hero goes down, no town portal being used, and this is a big, big problem, especially since Moon started his own expansion already, so EleGaNt is just falling farther and farther behind and losing time.
Yeah, EleGaNt's Naga's actually out now, so it's going to fight this Demon Hunter, but level 1 hero is very, very squishy.
Yeah, especially if it's a Naga.
So Moon's going to have to run back to base, use some Moon Juice there, heal up his DH, but should be alright. And I mean, this is kind of an example of how good Night Elf multitasking is on this map. Moon tacked and expanded at the same time and managed to successfully defend the harassment.
Oh, it was just so beautiful. He was able to creep and defend against the harass that we saw coming out of EleGaNt. EleGaNt really trying to be the aggressive player in the scenario, but well played by Moon. Of course, the one thing that EleGaNt can do right now is just try to creep his own level 2, second hero to level 2. We have the Boots of Speed on the other hand, on the Naga for Moon, and he can do a lot of damage with this. And he's moving in already. He's getting all those archers here immediately. He has the Dust of Appearance, and he's going to use it as soon as we have the Shadow Meld. The first few units already going down. The Naga really being used to their fullest extent, and he has to run away once again. The Demon Hunter is not back to business just yet for EleGaNt.
Yeah, that was really cute from Moon, actually. There's Dust, actually. Should be able to clean up that Archer, but I guess leaves his other archers to go and take it out. He actually transferred his mantle over to his Naga, which is really, really cute.
Yeah, that's really, really smart, and that will definitely give a couple of additional arrows later for Lightning. Once again, now we have the hero back to business, but keep that additional level for Moon in mind. He's going to down on that Naga Sea, which he's trying to run away. Immediately the block with the Archer. Another Mana Burn going down. Moon is trying to go for it. He's getting another arrow in, and he's going to get the armor. He's stuck in. The second hero goes down. And he's getting out with his own level 3 Demon Hunter. Really well played. But that's a block suddenly, and he has to go for a teacher, slowing down the unit with another Frost Arrow. Really well played here by Moon.
Yeah, that was a tight block from EleGaNt to try and kill that Demon Hunter. Did have his time portal scroll, so probably wasn't going to die, but knew he kind of guessed he could get out of there. EleGaNt missed-microed slightly, and that's an amazing kill once again from Moon.
Yeah, that was really well done here. First the block, and then of course the slow coming into play as well. The Boots of Speed really important here for the Naga in this scenario. He could have fought them earlier, and that was exactly what he needed. EleGaNt was trying to get whatever he could, but now he's of course moving in with those Ancients, creeping a little bit more here over at the Cobalt Geomancers. And that is something he really needs to do. He's still on level 2 with this Demon Hunter. He needs experience now.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, as I said, you kind of have two options with your heroes. You either deny them level 3 or you try and get level 3. Moon got level 3 when he crept out his expansion camp, and that really put EleGaNt behind in the fight here. In fact, Moon actually harassing his Ancient Wall will get it cancelled there. Going to try and get this one down as well. I mean, EleGaNt's trying to set up, but he's really behind and needs to start creeping a little more, but Moon's pressure is absolutely massive right now.
Yeah, he needs that crucial level 3, because we see Moon's first hero is nearly on 4, has in the inventory also a potion of healing right now, so even if he's in trouble, he can't use that potion before he has to resort to the town portal. And this is a really bad spot for EleGaNt right now. In terms of supply, he's not that far behind, but keep in mind that he doesn't have that second base, and this is really where Moon's strength is coming into play. If EleGaNt waits too long, that second base is definitely going to get out of control.
Yeah, I mean, Moon's economy is looking really good right now. There's really no pressure that EleGaNt can put out to try and stop that expansion, and in general, the hero levels are looking good as well. I mean, it's one thing to have a whole lot of supply, but it's another thing to have levels on your hero. Heroes are just so important in Warcraft.
Yeah, especially when you're in a situation where you just can't fall back and sit tight. You need to do something. He doesn't have an expansion. He can't play a catch-up game now. Has a couple of creeps here, which is going to really help him quite a lot. Another Mana Burn goes down, takes the mana of the Demon Hunter, and once at the front, we have more and more units coming in for EleGaNt. He really needs to push it in now. He needs to do some damage.
He's pressuring pretty aggressively here, moving Ancients of War up as well, training out towards Moon base. He's kind of trying to contain him, I guess, in his area where his two bases are, but Moon's just happy, going to walk back to his shop. Hasn't crept his camp out yet. That's one of the things in Warcraft that's important. creep patterns are so interesting, you have so many options, but the more camps you can creep on your opponent's side of the map, the more time you have to go back and do them at your own leisure.
And right now we have so many good items already for Moon. He has a Scroll of Healing, he has a Potion of Invulnerability. He hits level 4 with the Demon Hunter, that's going to help him so much as well. And now with the level 4, the Naga and EleGaNt, will he be able to defend here? Moon moves in and immediately uses all the mana that we have in the Moonwell here. EleGaNt trying to push in, that comes even though slow, but at this point the first hero of EleGaNt is still on level 2. He needs to get a hero kill.
Yeah, and Moon defending nicely. That was actually a really cute stuff for preservation use. He actually went back knowing that Moonwell was going to die and just used all its moon use plus the Demon Hunter went back.
Yeah, really, really sneaky move there. More and more Ancient of Wars are now coming into play for EleGaNt. A really smart move by him, and Moon is trying to snipe them one by one. He's supplyable at this point, and that's going to be a problem for him. Has his own Ancients already moving in, takes down the first one of his opponent, and that Demon Hunter still the back and front using another mana, but immediately he goes straight for that second hero. The Naga is trying to escape. He needs to block, and that's exactly what he does. Has some of the items. Here comes another, and actually comes the Potion of Healing on the other hand. Both of them using it immediately, and here comes the GG! And EleGaNt goes down in game number 1. The Naga dies, and he just doesn't have a chance to come back into the game. Moon takes Terenas stand.
And Moon just really showing that he understands Elf Mirror like almost no other player in the history of the game. That was incredibly tight across the board, and EleGaNt just looked a little flustered there. He wasn't mana burning in DH fights. He didn't quite get things going, and losing a hero, especially at level 2, just such a crucial mistake.
That was really well played here. I mean, Moon, from the beginning on, was the player who was really trying to dominate. Actually, EleGaNt was trying to be the one who puts the aggression on. He was trying to determine the pace of the game. But Moon, with that really nice creep at his own expansion, defending against his opponent, getting an advantage in levels, and then running with it, did such a great job here.
Yeah, he's known for his incredible multitasking, and he showed it right there on a map that can really showcase it there as well. So game 1 there goes to Moon. Our second map will in fact be Echo Isles, which is another really interesting 1v1 map.
Yeah, another very small map that we have now between the two of them. And I can't just wait for this game. This is going to be great. Moon already in the lead. To be honest with you, I hope that Moon is going to lose the next game. I want to have 3 maps here. I want to see the entire series.
Yeah, always. You can see EleGaNt there. Looks a little flustered, unfortunately, after that match. Again, just kind of losing that Demon Hunter at level 2. Never really was able to answer back there. Just some really tight play across the board.
And so, he's just bouncing there. And he's eager. He's ready for game number 2, I feel.
Yeah, Moon looks very focused all of a sudden. Again, on day 1, and just he lost it. He did exactly the same thing. He lost his hero on the main stage in front of everyone and just kind of felt good at that. But since then, he's played really, really well.
I mean, he's looking very strong. Now, he hasn't won it just yet, so he needs to take another map in this best of 3 to make it happen. But the Korean player, he's just so strong. He has so much experience. Is he really going to lose 2 in a row now? The players seem to be ready. Echo Isles is our next map here, coming up at the WCG 2013 in Kunshan, China. And it's going to be...
Difficult and save game. With the Kunshan 3 headset animation, life comes to games and the
Welcome back to Kunshan, China, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to WCG. We have our second game at hand. We are looking at Echo Isles right now, and the game is going to be Moon versus EleGaNt. I'm Paulo, and with me is Pastry Time.
Yeah, hey, so a fantastic first game there from Moon. Looked really, really strong there in that Night Elf mirror matchup. And a couple of little things that EleGaNt really didn't get on top of there. I mean, just stuff like not mana burning when you get into DH fights is really important, and Moon just seemed to be really on top of it, really clean play, and especially EleGaNt getting his hero killed at level 2 and Moon successfully securing his expansion were really important. But it is Echo Isles, very different map, a lot harder to expand on.
Yeah, exactly. This map is definitely going to be a little bit tough for Moon to play the style that we saw on Terenas stand. But just in general, Moon looked very, very solid in this last game. And keep in mind that those two players already faced each other in the group stage, and back then EleGaNt was able to beat Moon in the best of one. So he definitely knows that he can do it. He has it in him to take down Moon, and he knows that as well. Moon also a player who's not going to take that second map lightly, because he is very well aware that this could just spiral out of control if he loses game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Moon, just in general throughout this tournament, seems to just be getting stronger and stronger, and that's very, very scary for anyone having to play him. In his prime, he was the best player, and he's probably considered still the greatest player to ever play this game. You know, he looked a little loose when he came into this tournament, but man, he looks scary right now. I think EleGaNt, it looks like he kind of feels it. He looks a little sad there on the screen.
Yeah, a little bit sad, but I have to say at the same time, he also looks like he doesn't care like too much about it. Like, yeah, okay, I lost game number 1. I'm not really too happy about that, but I know that I can beat this guy, and I'm going to do it now in game number 2.
And that's so important as well. In any esport at all, you have to just keep focused one game at a time, and EleGaNt absolutely has such a good chance in this series.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. And we are ready. It looks like the players at least are ready and good to go. Echo Isles is going to be the next map, so another small 2-player map that we have in this Night Elf versus Night Elf. And I really want to see what Moon is trying to do. Game number 2 has started here at the WCG 2013. It is Moon versus EleGaNt, the second map, Echo Isles. I'm Caldo, and with me is Pastry Time.
Yeah, that's Moon in the red there. Sorry, Moon in the blue over on the right-hand side of Echo Isles. EleGaNt on the left there in the red. Again, another really small map. I think from memory, Echo Isles is the smallest map in the pool. So again, lots of aggression potentially available. Quite hard to expand it. This is often a map where players will mine out their first space before thinking about taking a second. And again, the creep camps here, especially those ones, you can see Moon wanting to start that one up. EleGaNt, the same in there as well. It's a massive camp that does so much damage to you. And if either player decides to harass, they could potentially get a big lead early on.
Exactly, so you have to be really careful here. And with the Ancient of War so offensive, you already see that both players are really trying to get that experience as fast as possible, get their heroes up to level 2 at least. And in such a match, it's so important to actually have that. And hey, we're actually on camera, so greetings to everyone at home watching those games right now. Of course, also the Chinese and the Korean commentators here. It's pretty exciting to be here on stage, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, the stage here is fantastic. You guys can't, I mean, you guys have probably seen on stream the crowd shots. Their crowd is absolutely massive here, and they are loving the Warcraft3, I can tell you that much.
She's actually insane because, like, she's a little bit crazy. If I remember correctly, I saw, like, Oraso in 2008, and every year she just looks younger. It's pretty impressive.
That's a strong skill. And looks like we are going to have Demon Hunter Mirror once again here. And as I kind of mentioned in the pregame here, EleGaNt's Demon Hunter, just little things looked a little off here, so we'll see if he can improve slightly. And Moon just looked very, very tight. We are going to see a scout coming up from earlier. In fact, both of them going to scout. Nothing too surprising here. They're both going to be able to check the camp and know what's up, and we're going to start some creeping.
Yeah. And of course, we also have a couple of whiffs, just making sure that they can repair the Ancient of War if need be. Both of them getting the first few arches out here. You really want to get the experience as fast as possible. And one of the most crucial things in the game is that you really get good drops. And this is something where also people have been criticizing it a little bit in the past, that a lot of it in Warcraft 3 is actually up to chance. If you are, let's say, up against an orc player who finds a couple of claws, then you find yourself in a very tight spot if he starts with a Blade Master first, which is kind of the standard. So item drops definitely going to be important here at such a massive camp.
Yeah, focus is still in the tournament as well, so we will get to see some of that Blade Master most certainly here as we move through, but right now it's Elf versus Elf here. Moon doing a good job here in this camp, not taking too much damage as Extra War. Going to go ahead and eat it through. There's level 2. And one of the important things about this particular camp is it's a mercenary camp. So if you want, you have the option of being aggressive, buying some early mercenaries and trying to push.
Really nice drops here, by the way. We have a Ring of Protection on one hand, and this is one of those points where Moon is going to look at it and be like, okay, this gives my hero a little bit more survivability, so it's going to be a bit more tanky at the beginning. But the Pendant of Energy that we see on the other hand for EleGaNt is just going to be great for a second hero. If this is going to help him like so much, just spam a couple of spells out there in the late game, so a Pendant always helps you. But you have to, of course, be careful. If your opponent gets too many mana burns in, then even a high mana pool doesn't help you a whole lot.
Yeah, we saw it in the last game in that Moon moved his Mantle of the Jordan over to his Naga once he hit tier 2. And that's probably what EleGaNt's going to go do here as well, and it's so valuable just to have extra mana. And as you mentioned, even in early game, when it's mana burn versus mana burn, really important to just have more mana than your opponent.
Exactly, and later on, if you, for example, go for the Naga again, and she hits level 2, level 3, you can get those Forked Lightnings off. Even with the mana burn that you will have to endure from your opponent's Demon Hunter, you will get that extra Forked Lightning in there, and that can do a whole lot of damage, even toward the high of the battle.
Yep, so there's actually creeping happening down the left-hand side of the map here. It looks like EleGaNt's actually trying to move out his expansion. Moon actually building a Tree of Life, hiding it a little there, up towards the Mercenary Campus. Moon is going to go to the shop, probably going to pick up boots and dust.
Yeah, gets the boots here at 7, and this is exactly what you want to do. So EleGaNt actually not even trying to go for the boots. At this point in time, he's completely foregoing them, and that gives Moon quite a few opportunities. He has that, we already talked about the Ring of Protection, that gives him a bit more tankiness. And with the boots that he has right now, he's just going to the other side of that, trying to find out where exactly EleGaNt is currently creeping, and to harass him as much as possible.
There's actually a free item on the ground as well that he might pick up, so that's nice. There we go, Gloves of Face, I'll take that.
Nice. Awesome for him, and of course what he wants to take down is the Forest Rock Shadow Priest here.
Yeah, mercenary units are so expensive, and it's really annoying. It just keeps healing. That was a very creative creep actually there by EleGaNt to clean out his expansion early on, but if he loses his priest here, that'd be really bad.
Yeah, and this is also depleting his Moonwells right now, and it might not come into play, but with a bit of pressure, Moon could actually put his opponent into a position where the Moonwells are all empty, and he can't really do a whole lot.
Yep, Moon actually running around pretty close to level 3 on his DH as well, about level 2.5 currently for EleGaNt. So again, there we go, level 3. Dignaris is doing some creeping, and that's really, really valuable.
At the bottom right, we have the split creep here, the Claws of Attack +6 still lying around, but Moon is going to the bottom left once again, just having a quick peek what's going on here, and he sees the expansion. Immediately the cancel of EleGaNt was trying to sneak that in, but Moon was fast enough. Here comes the Staff of Teleportation being used by EleGaNt. trying to chase these units down. But at the right side, actually, the Claws of Attack +6 goes to EleGaNt. Really well done. He realized, of course, with the hero level that he saw when Moon appeared to the left side, that there has to be some creeping going on for his opponent. Goes to the right, picks up the item, and just can move back anytime.
Yeah, Wisp kill there for EleGaNt's nice as well. We actually saw a nice detonate from Moon earlier on to deny that, but that one does actually go over. And now there's another Forest Troll Berserker. We're going to try and chase down this very expensive mercenary units. In fact, his Tree of Life under a little bit of pressure here. Now it comes Moon's archers and his mercenaries as well. And this is really interesting. Both players are using, again, that strong Night Elf multitasking to do a whole lot of things around the map, creeping in one area and then moving a hero around and harassing with the other.
Yeah, and we currently have still the hero for EleGaNt just trying to go berserk on all those mercenary that he has. But here comes the creep on the Augur Magi, and that's going to give him a good item as well. Well, we already have that second base up for Moon. He's not mining just yet, but he's currently putting his Tree of Life into position at the bottom right, and he's going to get this creep.
It does have to entangle the gold mine there as well, so Moon then going off. Can't quite know what item he got. Looks like he got Claws actually, because he's got one sitting. Yep, Claws +6. And this is one of the things about Echo Isles. It's such a small map that all the big creep camps are very, very valuable. So Moon's actually winning, I think, in creeps. He's got more of the middle of the map creeps than EleGaNt does.
Tinker second that we currently see for EleGaNt here. Moon still roaming the map. He has one hero. That's it for now. Goes to the bottom left. Wants to have another quick peek at the potential natural or the potential second base of his opponent. And of course, in the main base, we will have a couple of Wisps that are going to be attacking just a few. First Ancient of Law already being built. Both of the players attacking here. At the bottom right, the expansion from Moon is secured. And here with the Staff Teleportation, EleGaNt is moving back with his first hero, trying to make sure that there's no force cancel, but he can't prevent it. They cancel on the expansion once again, and this puts EleGaNt in a very weird situation.
Yeah, nice detonate there from EleGaNt. Does deny the whip skill there, but once again, cannot put his Tree of Life down. Moon really just using his Demon Hunter a little better in the early stages and is able to cancel that base twice now. I mean, Staff of Tele is here for Ellie, so he can maybe get around and get some work done, but curious to see what Tinker does here, because Moon's actually going for Naga instead.
Yeah, Naga, more the standard choice. And what we mentioned earlier really shows once again, and this is the +3 armor ring that he has. That just gives him a little bit more tankiness. This is why the first hero can do a lot more in the early stages here. Tinker now hitting level 2, also important, of course, here to level your second hero as fast as you can, and he's really doing a good job at that. Once more active on the map with the first hero, and Moon is just going to that natural over and over again, trying to make sure that there is no expansion for his opponent, that he can shut that down immediately. And at the same time, he has to defend his own main base, and this is getting a little bit tricky without a second hero. That's why the Naga Siege is currently moving back to the top right.
Yeah, EleGaNt very intelligently harassing him, knowing Moon is out of his base, just trying to pressure some Wisps here. Dryad actually going to spot this Demon Hunter. That's a lot of units. Moon may have to walk fast. He's actually looking for that Tinker, I think, but he's going to scout here as well with this Demon Hunter. Just roll around, maybe try and get a kill or two.
He has to be really careful though with the Dryad. Oh! Town Portal actually forced here by Moon. Well played in the main base. We were talking briefly about the Naga Siege walking back and putting some pressure onto that first hero, and it really worked. Forces out the Town Portal. Moon, on the other hand, escapes. The Dryad slow, not strong enough to keep the level 3 Demon Hunter in position.
Yeah, EleGaNt had the right idea there with that harass, but fortunately went a little too far there. The Naga moved back, some units moved back in there as well, and a nice save there at 8 HP, TPing just in time, but that's a costly Town Portal spell. I mean, the reason the players don't like to use it is just 350 gold to buy a new one.
Yeah, it's so expensive, and you know, the thing is, I feel he saw that juicy Demon Hunter to the left side and his 2 Dryads and was, well, with good micro, I might be able to just take it down. Then he had to TP, so the focus here definitely on his opponent's hero. Another creep spot goes down, and here comes that level 2 for the Naga. Already a circlet in the inventory.
Circlet always very nice, just plus to a couple of stats in there. And now Ellie trying to do some creeping out here as well. Going to get the bottom Goblin Merchant camp here.
Yeah, he gets the Potion of Invulnerability, or lesser invulnerability, and also the Skull of Healing. The expansion for Moon, on the other hand, this is really going to become a big problem for him, and he needs to move on. That's exactly what he does here. He has a bit of attack advantage over his opponent, is trying to just capitalize on that. Moving in now, and Moon already in a defensive position. His own Demon Hunter caught off guard a little bit here. Needs to buy a Potion of Healing immediately, and eats it.
Yep, just uses the Moon Juice there. Does have a spot for a potion if he wants it as well, but this is a really strong timing push here from Ellie. He's going to try and get in there. Mana burn now. Moon's DH fully out of mana at this point. I mean, with the Tinker, with all these mercenary units on the Dryad as well, Ellie's kind of committed a lot here to maybe crippling or taking out this expansion, but needs to do damage here, forced to back away.
Yeah, we also have the first Ancient of Wind for Moon now. And he needs to be careful, though. But on the other hand, EleGaNt is moving back for now. He saw that he probably shouldn't move in there right away. Goes into Tier 3 on the other hand immediately. Yeah,
Moon's expansion, though, is still really ticking up here. So I think both players will hit Tier 3 around the same time. EleGaNt maybe a little faster there on Tier 3 with the Tree of Eternity already started. But Moon's going for Talons here, which is nice. We often see this in the Orc matchup, but it can work just as well here in the Night Elf matchup as well.
Yeah, definitely can. And one thing that you definitely have to know is that in a scenario in Warcraft 3 where you have your own one base, you can make one base play work, especially when you stay below 50 supply, which is exactly what EleGaNt is trying to do here. He tries to expand, but he knows that even if he doesn't, he can get away with this if he doesn't wait for too long. And Moon is currently at 56, so they're still very, very close in overall supply.
Yeah, Moon actually once again going back to EleGaNt's natural and cancelling it once more. Does have a Staff of Teleportation up on his Demon Hunter as well, so if he needs to come back, he can very, very quickly. But EleGaNt looking to go in here.
And here we have immediately that staff being used that you were just talking about, and the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability for the first hero of EleGaNt, moving back, getting another mana burn off before he retreats. He's really trying to apply the pressure now.
Yeah, really strong defense there from Moon. Wants to try and protect his Ancients as best he can. Has an Ancient of War down there as well to move in to defend, and the factory up for the Tinker. He's going to be able to take it out.
He can't really heal himself anymore. The Moon Wells are already empty, and it's still daytime, so they don't regenerate. And this is becoming a bigger of a problem for him. So he needs to be very careful how he handles this. We have the expansion not set up for EleGaNt at the bottom left, and this is becoming an issue overall for him in the later stage of the game if EleGaNt doesn't do any damage very soon. This is just the mobility that we see out of Moon. Moving in with a Demon Hunter, using the Staff of Teleportation, always just trying to deny an Ancient as soon as it's being built.
Yeah, I mean, Moon, you're right, doesn't really have too many healing items. Can probably buy one from his shop, at least once he hits tier 3 in. I don't think he has a Priest yet, so maybe could buy one if there's one available from the Mercenary camp, but still just jostling for position here. But this expansion from Moon has been up for so long at this point.
Oh yeah, it definitely has. And staying in the low upkeep, or in the no upkeep, only gives you that much of an advantage. We have Moon already going up to 60 supply right now. He can go up to 70 and then still stay in the low upkeep. That's probably what he's going to do here. And EleGaNt, he's just trying to creep here, trying to gain those levels on the Demon Hunter. His own Demon Hunter is level 3, which is important, but he wants to get that third level also up on the Tinker.
Yeah, Moon once again, they're going to check. You're going to check that expansion. I think he knows that Ellie's creeping down here, but this is one of the kind of curious things about this map is that there's massive creep camps really hidden away in the bottom left-hand corners of the map as well. So EleGaNt's going to get the first one, the one closer to his side of the map, which is slightly easier once again. And that's good. He got a level on his Tinker already. Going to get a lot of experience in there as well.
Gets the boots, he has 2 claws of attack, so that's going to help him quite a bit. Also gets that third level on the Tinker, of course. Bottom right of the map, we have the same creep spot being camped by Moon. And let's see what items he can actually get here. And also if he hit level 3 with a Naga, which I think he must have. Yep, there it is. Level 3 with a Naga. And got claws there as well.
Oh, Moon actually taking out a couple of units. Demon Hunter
down! He loses the first tier again. He didn't rebuy the town portal. He couldn't do anything. The Potion of Lesser Ability already used earlier. Loses another Giant level 4 ready for the Demon. Another mana burn goes up and he TPs out. Moon's Demon Hunter on a rampage here, going to town at the army of EleGaNt. And that is devastating for the Chinese player.
Yeah, had a couple of spare Moonwells down in his natural as well, so able to heal up pretty quickly. And this push is going to be massive here. I don't think we have Master Druids quite yet for those talents from Moon, but even without Cyclone, a couple of bears out now for EleGaNt, but losing his Demon Hunter is such a big blow.
That's exactly where forcing the TP earlier came into play. As you already mentioned, it's so expensive to get the TP up again. He didn't rebuy one. He already used his Potion of Lesser Invulnerability to save his hero in the first fight. There was no way for him to get away. He was tanking with the Demon Hunter at the bottom left when he used the creep cam when he was trying to take it down. So now he loses the first hero. Even more experience for Moon. He's on a level 4 Demon Hunter at this point. And this is just such a big problem now for EleGaNt. He has the Druid's Level Claw already there, but Moon is moving in again, just checking at the bottom left that there is no expansion right now. Taking down that Ancient, he knows that he has the momentum. He can just put the aggression onto his opponent now. He still has the expansion. He has all the trump cards in his hand.
Yeah, a huge supply deficit here for Ellie as well. He was actually banking in no upkeep under 50 food. So hard just trying to get enough units to actually get to 70 and then push. But Moon getting that crucial Demon Hunter kill. He's on a really, really strong push right now. And Naga being level 3 with level 2 Chain Lightning could be bad news. Tinker here, he's going to check some stuff out. But, I mean, he's going to factory harass. But not going to be too much trouble there, I don't think. In fact, he's already going back.
I mean, he has to do something. He has to be a nuisance now. He has to just try to get a couple of really cute moves in to maybe come back into the game. But he knows that he's in a very defensive position. And that's not the position that he can afford, because he needs to move out. He needs to get an expansion. He needs to get aggression up. But he can't really do it because the army of Moon is just so big. The Orb of Venom, as you already said, letting just so much strength through the Demon Hunter. That guy is a beast. I mean, if he's going to, I mean, if he can kill him, but how? There's a staff already on the Naga. We have the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. It's just so incredibly difficult for EleGaNt to come back into this game.
This fight's going to start, and it's going to be really hard for EleGaNt to defend. There's 80 food here, including Mercenaries up for Moon right now. Just moving in there, getting aggressive. Chain Lightning going off there, looking for the Tinker. It seems like that Demon Hunter.
The Demon Hunter being focused once again. I think it's going to down. He's got it down. Here comes the mana burn, and the Demon Hunter is down. EleGaNt on the ropes. The GG and Moon, he takes it with a 2-0. takes it in the South Final, advanced to the Grand Final here. Oh my god.
Just had everything in that last fight as well. Cyclone was ready for the talents, had so much food by buying extra units from the Mercenaries, and EleGaNt just couldn't do anything. He was so far behind at that point, getting his hero killed once again at an awkward moment. I mean, again, heroes are Warcraft 3, so when they die, it's really, really bad.
You really have to pay attention to your heroes. And also that choice to go into Tinker really didn't do a whole lot for him in this game, at least. He couldn't really play the style that he wanted to. He always had to play his opponent's game. And Moon, after that early hero kill that we saw here, the early aggression, he just did so much. He was able to capitalize on the own items that he found on the Ring of Protection a lot better. In general, you would argue that the Pendant gives you a lot more survivability later on in the game, or a lot more damage output, but in the early stage that it made the Demon Hunter of Moon so beefy and just so tanky that he could do a whole lot with it, cancelling that expansion over and over again. Moon just playing such a smart game here.
Yeah, I mean, EleGaNt, to his credit, the level 3 Tinker looked like an incredible timing push to really pressure that natural, but Moon defended it with aplomb, and there was just nothing he could really do. Moon, once again, controls his expansion, controls his hero, playing absolutely fantastically here at WCG.
I cannot wait for these finals. It's going to be so epic. Sad for EleGaNt, of course. He will have to play for 3rd place, but this was definitely a Moon series. No question about that.
Yeah, he looked really in control here, like he has often in the past in Night of Mirror. Looked absolutely on top of it. And the other semi-final, we won't be casting it, I don't think. Maybe, but it also will probably be on the D stream, so if you want to catch that, make sure to. But he's going to have a strong opponent in his final no matter what. It's either Thu, the Chinese human, or Focus, the Korean orc.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty epic. It would be so actually crazy if we would see another China versus Korea final. That would be really something. I mean, the crowd here already going well, the Moon's winning, but if we had China against Korea again, that would be pretty cool.
It would indeed, but looks like we are done for the day. It's been fantastic casting Warcraft with you, Caldo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for it, and guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to see you soon with Warcraft again. Of course, stay on the stream. There will be a lot of StarCraft, League of Legends, a lot of other games that you can watch later on here at the WCG. Kunshan China.